Hi, my name is Mike Dixon, and in this tip of the week, we're going to talk about the importance of a grind on a wedge. Again, when we're going through and doing wedge fittings, a couple different things that are really important. Number one, the loss on your wedges, to make sure you narrow those gaps. You don't want to have really wide gaps, because these are going to be your most important clubs. These are going to be your scoring clubs. The next thing is, I hear a lot of people, they talk about, again, wedges, and they talk about grinds. In my opinion, there's really a couple really good grinds that are really versatile for a lot of players. And again, so I have a couple of Vokey wedges here, and what Vokey has, he has different letters and grinds for bounce. But again, like we talk about bounce, I think what's more important than bounce is actually the grind on the club. So you can have a high bounce on the club, but it's going to actually, how the grind is going to really impact how the turf interaction is with the golf club. So what I have here is I have an F grind and an M grind. And what you can do is you can kind of see on the wedge in my left hand how flat the sole is. So this is actually a pretty high bounce wedge, 14 degrees. But what happens is if I open this wedge up, all the bounce is really on the back of the club. And that's going to really probably make it bounce and probably blade the ball more. Versus here, which is one of my favorite grinds, this is called the M grind. And the M grind, you can kind of see how the back edge, and this is the one that the tour players have. Again, Cleveland's really good with this wedge. So is Callaway. Callaway has, it's called the C grind. Cleveland, it would be the double dot grind. Again, they grind off the heel and the toes. So when we open the wedge up, it doesn't impact the bounce significantly. All the bounce is really more closer to the middle of the club, which is where I want it to help keep it from digging. Again, I think what happens is a lot of people don't understand the importance of bounce. Bounce is to a wedge like loft is to a driver. If we don't have enough loft on a driver, we're not going to get it up in the air. If I don't have enough bounce on the wedge, it's going to probably dig, and then I'm going to have to try to manipulate my swing to fix that. So when you're going through and looking at wedges, really important to look at your bounce. Again, I kind of lean towards the wedges that have the grind on the back to kind of make it where it's more playable, especially for good players around the green. For your sand wedges and your lob wedges, you really want to look towards that. Hopefully that helps you a little bit for help improve your wedge game around the greens. Again, always trying to help you work on trying to score lower and win those matches that you're playing against your buddies. Thanks for coming in and tuning in. See you next time.